Hey guys, it's Lefforge. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. So today is my 7-month creator update. I have been doing these since my very first month on YouTube. It is really a way for me to share what I've learned with other creators, to hopefully encourage other creators, and also for myself as kind of an online journal and a way for me to sort of track my progress on this crazy YouTube thing that so many of us do and so many of us love. And you can go back all the way to month 1 when I had not even 30 subscribers, and you can kind of watch that progression. I would love for you to do that. I've been very open and vulnerable about this journey since the beginning. And the reason I wanted to do these is because when I first started becoming a YouTube creator, thinking about becoming a YouTube creator, there was a lot out there from experts, but there really wasn't a lot from people that were just beginning their journey, and to just kind of share the kind of the ups and downs and what you go through as a YouTube creator. And I wanted to show that part of it. I didn't need to show the always perfect, always bright and shiny, oh, look at me, I'm a huge success and this is how I got here, but rather kind of the hard work of it and the journey and the things that I've done wrong as much as the things that I've done right. So I'm super excited to be here with you today. Let's talk about numbers first. You'll have to forgive me. I didn't actually go back and look. I know we were right around 3,000 subscribers when I did last month's update, and we've gained about 725, so I'm now at 3,725 when I looked right before I started filming. My average watch time, which if you've been along the journey with me, you know that's really important to me, is still really, really strong at 7 minutes and 5 seconds. That has bumped up a little bit, and I'm super proud of that, because again, that's indicative of people are sticking with me. They're not just clicking on and clicking back off again. They're really sticking with the content, and I love that. My subscribers have been crazy engaged. I'm watching more and more comments come in with my videos. I love having conversations with them. My sons make fun of me because I'm still responding to, I would say 90% of the comments I respond to. That's important to me. I know when I was a YouTube viewer, I really noticed when creators didn't respond to my comments, and I would love to say that it didn't bother me, but it kind of did. And I got it, especially with some of the huge creators, but at the same time, it means a lot to me that people take the time to not only watch my content, but to leave a comment. And so I want to make sure that I reciprocate that. So that has continued to grow to the point now where I put a video up yesterday, and I think I have almost 100 comments on it. So that really means the world to me. Also, my average video views have gone up considerably. When I put up a video, it seems to get somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 views within a week or so of being up, which is, I can't even tell you how grateful I am for that. I have had a couple of outliers. I did a video about why we don't do the Disney dining plan that's at almost 15,000 views. My first video that I did about Disney Vacation Club is sitting around 75,000 views. And then I just did one last week about why we sold our Disney Vacation Club, and that one is sitting at almost, I think it's like at 18.5 right now. Those are not normal. Those are kind of, you know, for me, I would consider that viral. I don't like that word because viral indicates, you know, hundreds of thousands of views, and they're certainly not there, but those are definitely out of the norm for me. I am monetized now, so that's been really positive. It is nice to be compensated for my time, equipment, and all of those kinds of things. So the monetization is definitely appreciated. If you want more about my journey towards monetization, last month's creator update would be a great one for you to watch. And then the month before that, because that kind of shows how long it took and all of that. So I won't go over all that again. But today I wanted to talk about briefly kind of what I've learned in the last month. And then I put out on Instagram for you guys to ask me some questions. And I got 3 questions that I just love that I want to make sure I have time to answer. So as far as what I've learned this month, I've definitely learned a lot about giveaways and about subscribers when you do giveaways. I think someone told me that on average you should expect to lose about 25% of subscribers you gain because of a giveaway, and I've definitely seen that to be the case. There are a lot of people that will follow you on Instagram or subscribe just because they want to enter the giveaway, and I am not. That is totally fine. And then they will go and unsubscribe when the giveaway is over. I don't have a problem with that because quite honestly, a giveaway does give me some exposure among people that might not otherwise know I exist. So it's a little hard at first when the giveaway's over and you see those numbers go down for a minute or two, but you know what, that's fine because I gained a lot more subscribers in the process and definitely still strongly believe in doing giveaways. The other thing that I've learned this month is really the power of using Tag Explorer. I use TubeBuddy. I believe Tag Explorer is available even with the free version. I do have I think it's the legend level. You put in something you're thinking of doing a video about and it will give it a score. I did that most recently with the video I just put up yesterday about split stays, and I cannot tell you how helpful it was. Number one, it gave it a score of very good, which told me that that was something worth targeting. Number two, it enabled me, just by doing my homework, by searching split stays, I could kind of see what the competition was, what else was out there about split stays. And to be honest, there wasn't that much. It was just, there's some good videos, but there wasn't a lot of videos, and I didn't feel like there were a lot of really high quality videos. So I was super happy to do my homework and go, okay, this is something worth targeting. Having said that, I wouldn't necessarily shy away from a topic, especially if you're passionate about it, even if Tag Explorer says it's a terrible idea. For example, I am currently, and this could have changed by the time I'm done filming this, but I'm currently #1 when you search for Disney Vacation Club. If I had put that into Tag Explorer, it would have come up as a terrible idea because there are so many videos about Disney Vacation Club. So I do want to encourage you, if you're really passionate about something, Tag Explorer is a tool, but don't make that a deal breaker about whether or not you're going to do the video. If you're passionate about it, do the video. Okay, that's #1. But #2, if you're working through topics and you're not sure if you want to do a video, throw it into Tag Explorer and see what comes up, and that might kind of help guide you. Or you might find that using the words a little bit differently or whatever will really help you show up more in those search rankings. And as we know, people only see our videos because YouTube chooses to show them to people. So that is really how the majority of people find my channel, is through YouTube suggesting me to them. So I really am at the mercy of YouTube to like my content and want to share it with other people. So that's a really good thing to remember. Other things, I did finally purchase my lighting, yay! I will put a picture, I'm obviously using it right now, but I will put a picture right here, teaching, to show you a picture of what I bought. The lighting unit, and I'll put a link below, it will be an affiliate link. I wanna say I paid $189. I'll put a correction up here if that's not correct. But it's 2 lights and it comes with a bag. They are chargeable, so I could take this somewhere with me if I wanted to. They're cordless lights. I'm really, really happy with them. I researched the heck out of it, you guys, and I could have spent thousands of dollars. So down here in my basement, I really just needed a little bit more light. I didn't need a whole big dramatic lighting setup. I just wanted something compact, easy for me to set up. I did watch quite a few lighting tutorial videos about kind of how best to do that, and I still mess with it a lot because it depends on the time of day, and there is a window in here, so there's a lot to the lighting piece of things, but that is something I'm learning more about, and I am very happy with what I bought, and I know I talked about that last month, so I'll show you guys that. Okay, now I want to get to the topic for today, which is planning. How do I plan my YouTube videos? And this is probably going to be long, so I'm hoping some of you are listening to this in the car. It can be more like a podcast style video because it may end up being 25 or 30 minutes long. Sorry. I want to talk about the planning process. I've had a lot of questions about planning, and when I put it out on Instagram, that was kind of the thing that kept cropping up. I had a great question from Cindy asked me, how do you come up with ideas to share? And that's really been a common theme, is how do I come up with ideas? So here's what I would say to that. There's a great quote, and I'm sure someone smart said it, but I don't know who it was, that, you know, good people have ideas in the shower, great people get out of the shower and write them down. So I get ideas all the time. I have a small notebook. Oh shoot, I don't have it here. It's got a little Minnie Mouse on it that I keep with me all the time. I also use, TubeBuddy has a topic planner on their app that you can plug topics in there and just kind of keep track of things. You should have a way to record ideas you have for videos 24/7. If you wake up in the middle of the night with an idea, have a place you can write it next to your bed. Oh, there go my dogs. Keeping it real on the YouTube. My mind moves really quickly, You think when you have a brilliant idea that of course you're gonna remember it, but you don't. So you need to have a place to capture that. So I try to have a notebook in several different places, and then about once a week, I will bring all those notebooks together. Like I have a notebook in my car. Of course I have my phone. I have the option to do it digitally through TubeBuddy. I have a notebook in my bedside table. I have a notebook down here in my office, and then I have my planner. I bring all those things together. I write down all of my ideas from the week, and in order for this to be accurate, there are no dumb ideas. Like you could be driving and think, you know what, I want to do a video on crosswalks. I want to do a video on crosswalks. Okay, well, you don't know why you have that idea, but you think maybe that would fly. Write it down. Or, you know, say, hey Siri, make a note. Do a video on crosswalks. Just have a way to capture that idea, because I promise you, you guys, between kids and work and dogs and my washer broke this morning and life and all of those things that happen, you think you're gonna remember, but you're not gonna remember. Brainstorm with other people. I talk to Scott a lot, my husband. I talk to other YouTubers that I'm friends with. Chat with your book club. Chat with all kinds of people, and just get as many different ideas as you can. Once I have gathered all those ideas together, and again, I try to do this once a week, then I start kind of researching what's already out there on the topic that I want to do. So again, going back to the video I just did on split stays, put it into something like Tag Explorer. If you don't have TubeBuddy, at least just search for it and see what's already out there. Watch a few videos that are already out there. See if you can figure out something that's missing that other people aren't talking about, okay? So once something has kind of gone through that process and I know I want to do the video, now it's time for me to put it on my calendar. Now, I plan on average about, I think I'm planned out till the end of November. That is subject to change. The next 7 weeks are always planned out in advance, kind of set in stone, so that way I can have a filming schedule. I have days where I feel very focused and very clear, and then I have days where I just feel, y'all, excuse me, I'm gonna swear, I feel like I can't get a damn thing done, right? So being disciplined and on the days when I'm feeling good, writing things down, making lists, putting it on my whiteboard, those things are really important to me. So hang on, I'm gonna actually get my whiteboard. This is my planning whiteboard. See, it says video planning. I'll hold it up so you can see. I'll put a picture in too so you can kind of see the whole thing. But that takes me out through the next 7 weeks. And what I have on there is the name of the video, and then I have the date I plan to publish it, and then I have 3 little boxes that one is for filmed, one is for edited, and one is for published. So when I'm all done, and I will at least show you guys this part of it. So see, let me see how much of this I can hold up. See these little squares right here? Yeah, this is very sophisticated. It's literally a whiteboard and marker. Once these are all filled in, I already have the next 7 weeks after this planned out. That is all in my Erin Condren planner, which is right here. Once that's done, I will erase that and I will put the next 7 weeks, which is a super satisfying thing to do, right? Because I can erase all that and kind of start fresh. I try to have 2 or 3 sort of fill-in video ideas at all times, that if something I'm planning doesn't work or doesn't turn out the way I want, I can plug those ideas in. Now the follow-up question to this, the whole idea thing, and sorry, I sort of answered this question in the first question, is and this one, oh, I didn't write down who this came from. I'll have to put her name in here, who this came from. How did you decide what days to publish? And also, how far in advance do you plan your content? I already kind of answered that. And I feel like if I publish more often, I'll run out of content. Okay, so you see how those two kind of tie together. Think outside the box for your content, because don't just copy what other YouTubers have done. Think about what's your individual experience. What do you have that nobody else can bring to the story? Because there may be a million videos out there about, going back to school, but you may have a child with, a learning difference that and this is actually a video I could film, you're going back to school thinking about IEP meetings and accommodations, and are the teachers going to understand your kid? That is your perspective that nobody else has. So kind of look at yourself as the most interesting story in the world, because I promise you have a perspective that people need and want to hear, and you will resonate with somebody. So you don't need to resonate with everybody, right? But there is going to be someone out there that's going to resonate with your individual story, and that's how you kind of discover your niche and where it is that you want your voice to be heard. So yeah, that's a little bit philosophical, but I feel like there was a practical, how did you decide what days to publish? So this is in flux, you guys. I put Tuesdays and Fridays, but I'm really not even doing Tuesdays and Fridays at this point. I would prefer, oh, now my husband's yelling at the dog. That's fun. Hello? Hello? I have no idea what that was. People are stomping around. Hopefully if like the house is on fire, someone would let me know. How did you decide what days to publish? So I put Tuesday, Fridays down, but I don't even know if I'm going to stick to Tuesday, Fridays. I would prefer to put a video up every other day. I'm not sure I have it in me to put a video up every other day. So I'm still in flux on that. Originally, I did choose Tuesday, Fridays because that was what worked best with my schedule. It was just, it gave me enough space. It gave me the weekend to edit. It just seemed to work well with the flow of my week, but I'm not married to that. So we're gonna see how all that works out. I'm not sure that that is what I'm gonna stick with. The last question is for Jen. Any tips on how to get more views? Okay, that is the $1 million question, right? Everybody wants to know how to get more views. Find your voice and your perspective and be willing to take some chances there. And you know, the worst thing that can happen, I feel like I'm really out of focus there. There we go, I was crooked. The worst thing that can happen is you put something out there and nobody watches it. I just watched a Mythbuster saying, you know, if I put out a video that's a dud, does YouTube like punish me with visibility for other videos? And it was, I'll have to try to find it and put the link. It's really interesting series because they take these myths about creators and then they talk to people that actually work for YouTube and they tell you the truth about whether or not that affects views and things like that. They just did one on, does it matter if you use all caps, which I thought was funny. I haven't even watched that one yet, but this particular video, the question was, what happens with my dud videos? Should I take them down? Do they hurt me? Number one, he said, don't take them down because there's no reason to. We're not really probably showing them to people if it's a dud, but it's also not hurting you. So hopefully that gives you some freedom to try some things, because you know, if let's say that your content is primarily Disney, but some of your viewers, you know, now this is not me because I am not a cook by any stretch of the imagination, but some of your viewers, and Jen, this is actually the situation with you, really like when you do weeknight dinner videos and you decide you're gonna do a daily vlog and you're gonna show what you're making for dinner every night and you're not sure if anybody will watch it. So what? I mean, you will have tried it. And I think that that's a great way for your subscribers to give you feedback if that's what they want or not, but you really never know unless you try. And I think the most beautiful thing about YouTube as a creative expression is you have nothing to lose. If you put yourself out there and it is not at all well received, don't worry about it because YouTube will kind of hide it from the world anyway because it's not getting good hits, but you would have put yourself out there and tried something. And I don't know, as a viewer, I love that. I love it when creators put themselves out there and try something that is out of the norm for them and then let us decide if we like it or not. Because if we don't like it, you're gonna know, number one, and number two, what if we love it? Like, what if it's this crazy out there idea that you have and you do it and it takes off and everyone loves it? So it really, to me, is a nothing ventured, nothing gained situation. So I think get more views from a practical perspective. Yes, use Tag Explorer, use your best practices, make sure you're doing all of that. Play with your publish time. I just recently found this out. I should have put this with what I've learned, but what did I say about having ADD? I was doing my videos first thing in the morning, and I really found that if I put them up first thing in the morning, they weren't getting nearly as many views as if I put them up midday. So sometime between noon and 2:30 seems to be my sweet spot. So I get tons more views if I put it up between noon and 2:30. So if that happens, then what happens? YouTube sees it as a really popular video, and then YouTube becomes my best friend and it starts putting it out there, and then more people see me, and then I get more subscribers and all boats rise. So I've shifted from posting my videos first thing in the morning to posting them between noon and 2:30. It was a very small thing. It wasn't a big deal, but I've seen a massive increase in how, not massive, that's dramatic. I've seen an increase, whereas it used to take 2 hours for me to get to 200 views. I'm now getting to 200 views in the first hour. That's significant. That's enough to maybe tip the scale to where YouTube is going to show my videos to more people. So definitely keep that in mind. Look at it from a practical perspective, but then on the creative end, really, you know, do a retreat for yourself. Get out of town, unplug, think things through, rethink the content that you're doing. I mean, obviously, if you have the luxury of being able to do that, maybe your retreat is while your kids are in piano lessons and you're in the car feverishly, you know, writing things down. But don't ever forget that this is a creative expression. And creative expressions are fickle things. We don't know when creativity is going to strike. I know I have to be in a particular mood in order to film. There's a lot of ebb and flow to it. And much like when I was spending a lot of my time writing, which I miss, I want to get back to writing. You don't know when the ideas are going to strike. So try to structure your week in a way that you make space for that, make space for creativity, do the practical pieces, get TubeBuddy, link below, because that will help you kind of, again, with the guardrails of what you should be doing. And it's just, you know, tomorrow, there could be somebody come along that's doing something that I'm doing and YouTube likes them more and my numbers could tank. And I still would be so grateful for this experience. So I think keep giving, give to the community, talk to other people, keep learning. And gosh, I wonder what will happen next month. Don't you guys wonder? Like this next month, I have a lot of traveling coming up. I have a trip to Paris, Disneyland Paris, and Paris itself. I have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I have a lot of ideas up here, one of which is going to be a little controversial. Don't worry, it's still Disney related, but I think might get some haters. Oh, that was the last thing I wanted to share with you guys, and then we really will be done. Thumbs down. So I get a lot of thumbs down. And I've heard from some of you that when you get a thumbs down, it's very upsetting to you. And I just want to say, don't let it be. You know, YouTube likes it. They see it as activity. As long as your thumbs ups are more than your thumbs down, which I think for most of you it always is. I seem to have like 4 or 5 people that always give my videos a thumbs down. But I'll have like 100 that'll give it a thumbs up. So I think keep in mind, that could be somebody's kid. It could be somebody who accidentally pressed thumbs down. In the beginning, I let it bother me. Now it's like if I don't get a couple of thumbs down, I think something's wrong. So yeah, don't worry about thumbs down. That's just a thing. It's just a thing. We're not going to worry about it. It's not a reflection on you or your ability to be a creator or how awesome you are as a human being. None of it is anything to do with that. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. I really hope this wasn't too rambly. If you have questions for next month's creator update, would you please put those below, because I would love to have a little bit more time to think through those. And thanks for sticking with me. This was a longer video than I intended, but I did have a lot of words that I wanted to share. So I hope it found you encouraged and happy, and that today you are blessed and with people that you love. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.